Hello, Kirby. So good to see you today. Today, we're going to be talking about Kirby's success in our work together and taking a look at that. I just want to make sure that we are live here on all of our platforms so everyone can see us.
I'm very happy to be here.
Awesome. I'm so excited that you're here today with me, Kirby, and I appreciate you taking the time. I know you've had a lot of successful things happen over the last year, and I would love to just have you share some of those. But first, I want to learn about you. I want you to share with others a little bit about you, your background, kind of an intro. I know all about you, and I love that. And so just tell everyone that's listening, that's watching the replay, who you are and why you're here.
Well, I live in Chamberlain, but I've been here 2 years. My husband and I moved here by just a random chance kind of thing. We decided we wanted to leave Seattle, and we found Chamberlain, and we liked it, and we came back and visited, and we liked it more, and we came back and visited. We liked it so much that we bought a building, and then I decided that, well, I guess we're moving here. And when we were moving here, I had a couple jobs lined up, and we got here, and they both sort of fell through. I mean, one of them I'm still waiting for a call back. I'm told it's going to happen at any moment, but it's been 2 years. When we moved here, I became unemployed for the first time in my lifetime. And that was a little startling, but I decided to throw myself into my writing, which has always been my favorite thing to do, but this time fiction. And I've been doing nonfiction for the last 25 years. And I finally got to sit down and write my novel, which I did. And then the job still didn't come through. So I said, oh, I guess I get to edit. And that's when the rubber hit the road, because while I've drafted novels before, I have never successfully edited one all the way to publishing. And I decided this one needed to get that far. And so looking around, I had met you and loved your energy and positivity and also just, the practical way that you approach your life, which is very South Dakotan, but also, cutting through the noise, which I get very distracted by, and always have. And so we talked about your coaching, and while I thought it was a little woo-woo, I decided that I could include kind of a foot in my backside saying, get going on the edits, which I really needed. I've been professionally edited before, but never successfully done it for myself. And this time I would have to, because I just couldn't afford to hire a professional editor to sit down and do the entire novel by themselves.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And I kind of have to smile when you're like, for the first time I was unemployed. You've always done the work. You've always been the work as a writer. And so you've had that. And I know we started working together when you were ready to let go of the distractions, finally going to write the book. I've written hundreds before. You've been a writer since you were a child. I love hearing your backstory about that. And you just really wanted to see this to completion this time. Like, this is the time. This is it.
Well, this particular story, I mean, like I say, I've drafted novels before, but usually when I get done with the drafting, it's like, yeah, there's something wrong with it. It's not ready yet. This one, I got done with the drafting. I said, okay, it's ready. Now you have to do the next step. And it was scary. It was also, would be pushing a lot of my weaknesses. It's one thing to say, oh, well, I can write because I can. It's another thing to say, oh, I can edit. Yeah, that's a whole different beast. And my husband was great about letting me do this. It took 2 years when I wasn't working, but I didn't want to waste that time. I didn't want to say, oh yeah, I'm working, when really I'm sitting and playing computer solitaire for hours on end, which is where I was headed when we started working together, and I knew I needed somebody to just kind of walk me through. The first thing you did was make me sit down and go, okay, you're being unrealistic about what you can expect. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You're supposed to tell me it's all good. It's all rainbows and roses. And instead made me be honest about, okay, this has to be done by when? And I was saying, oh, 6 weeks. And yes, that was a lovely idea. It was not at all physically possible. It wasn't even vaguely possible. And making me own up to that. I didn't expect. I expected you to just, cheerlead along, and instead it was, oh, okay, this is what I can actually do. And I've always been good with, I can do this. Once it's possible. But what I'd been doing was just kind of going, oh yeah, sure, I'll do this, without getting any kind of real facts or real concrete, I will do this 4 hours a day.
Thank you for sharing. And I love some of the things you said is like the honesty that we worked on together. I know you're an honest person, so am I, but it's the honesty when actually looking at the work that we want to do and making it realistic and dreaming about what that looks like, right? But not setting ourselves up for that failure that maybe we've been doing for years. And also that owning it, right? Like I'm owning that this is what I'm doing, right? That awareness is so huge. And that's why you were able to overcome your weaknesses or let go of some of those tendencies that you were working on. And it's been so fun to watch. So I'd love to know what you accomplished during our time together.
Well, the main thing is I edited and published a novel. My first novel, I got it done. I got through some rather large obstacles along the way. I mean, my husband and I saw a couple of times when I would have quit if I'd just been working on my own. Other projects coming up. Oh, well, I've got to go do that. And I've got to go do this. And then just personally, getting discouraged because life interfered and, well, it's not going the way I thought it would. Okay, I'll just quit. But as much as proud as I am of getting the novel done, and I am proud, that wasn't actually, I think, the greatest thing I got out of working together. I have always been about personal growth. I've always tried to make myself, work on myself and do better. I've taken a lot of outside college courses and done a lot of reading and a lot of, learning, trying to, make myself a better person. And working with you, it was kind of like doing that at, 1,000% more effort. One of the books you first recommended to me was by Jen Sincero, and she talks about how, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. And I remember telling you, I thought she was nuts. That's a lovely thought, but not real. And then after working together for 6 months, I can say, oh yeah, if I decide I'm going to do it, I can do it. I mean, yes, I'm 55 years old and a little tired and sometimes, don't have the energy I used to. But I can still do it because I'm smarter and I have more tools and I have more contacts and I know more people. So I can make up for maybe being a little tired, but I can still do things. I can still, if I decide I want to, I can do it. And it's funny how I like I say, you recommended that book about 6 months ago and I read it. And if I read it today, I would get an entirely different view of it. Just from all the things that we've learned, that you've taught me, and then that we've worked on together, including I've always had trouble with procrastination. And again, you helped me with a book, but I learned that it's not really necessarily procrastination. It's also just some tendencies I have to kind of, put other people's needs ahead of mine, put other things in front, or just, avoid doing that because, oh, it's icky. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And it's just been startling how much I've gotten out of the experience, so far beyond the actual physical getting a book published.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And so sometimes we come to this work with an intention or something in mind, and yeah, the underlying messages, the awareness that it creates, the energy that it creates, and the influence that happens to ourselves and to those who are around, right? I know that the work that you've done hasn't just affected you, it's affected your husband, your family, and now the entire world, because your book is coming out very, very soon. And so I'm just so grateful for you. And I'd love to just kind of have you share a little bit about how you feel now compared to when we started working together. You expanded on this a little bit, but it sounds like you're most proud of accomplishing that, like personal growth and really a mindset shift of, I actually am capable and I have the choices.
Well, that I can make the choices, that I can set the goals. I've done an awful lot of work throughout my life of, helping other people reach their goals. I'm a facilitator. I've been a secretary and a bookkeeper, so I help other people do what they're doing. But a lot more I can pick and choose. And I mean, at the same time, I'm getting the book published, and the ebook is out today. I also, my husband and I bought a business, and we bought the State Theater in Chamberlain. So yes, when you say it's affecting a lot of people, we're affecting an entire community now. It goes so far beyond what I ever expected. It goes so far beyond just the little, getting a book done, which is really all I wanted at the beginning, and into a whole nexus of people and experiences and opportunities, and knowing I have the tools. I had to do payroll for the first time in my life yesterday, and it was a little bit anxiety producing, and I'm going, no, I've got the people, I've got the tools. I will sit down and I will work on this. I've got 2 days to figure this out, and I will get it done. And I think I had it done in 3 hours.
Because it's amazing how much time we spend thinking about doing something or dreading it compared to the time it actually takes. And it's been so fun to watch it unfold, watch your journey unfold as you just look at the facts, right? And you're someone who, while you may procrastinate, and I do this too, I used to be really good at this, we are like, we're productive procrastinators. It's not that we're not doing nothing. It's that we're getting things done, but not the thing that we really wanted to get done. And that produces shame and guilt. So it's been so fun to watch you on this journey. And it's just been an amazing transformation. And like you said, such at a deeper level that's influencing so many. So Kirby, I would love for you to share, what's the name of your book? Where can people find it? Because I can't wait to read after chapter 5. Kirby let me read through chapter 5 so far back in May, and I'm ready to read the rest.
Well, the book is called A Friend of Michelle. And like I say, the ebook is out today. So it's on Amazon. It's available. I'm not an ebook reader. So this is kind of like, okay, yeah, sure. Ebook. Great. The paperback is going to be available as of March 27th at all major retailers.
And it's on pre-sale. I've already bought it on Amazon. A Friend of Michelle.
So Amazon will ship it to you on March 27th. You can get it directly from the publisher, which is bookbaby.com. I think it's store.bookbaby.com. And then there are a few copies at my husband's art gallery in Chamberlain at Eastwards Art Gallery. But mostly, look for it at your major retailers. The nice thing is it's a good, fun beach read. It's meant to engage and create, good feelings. It's about a romance, but it's mostly suspense. And it's the book I would want to read. It's the book I would want to pick up if I was at an airport or going to go spend, a week on the river.
And I can't wait to read it. It's going to be in my beach bag this summer. I'm going to read it while I'm there with my kids, and I'm so happy for you and the ways that our time together has unfolded. One of my favorite things as a coach is watching people see and know and believe and trust that they are far more capable than they ever thought they were. And every time you send me an update of a win, a success, it's just like my heart just explodes for you. So I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you. And I'm so grateful for you.
I am very grateful to you, Helen, because I would not be here doing so much if it wasn't for you and your influence and all the amazing things you've taught me.
Thank you so much, Kirby. Talk to you soon.
Thank
Bye.
you.